One of the biggest contradictions of massive success is when people go to their moms, their dads, their brothers, sisters, boyfriends, or girlfriends and say, listen, one day the world's going to know who I am. One day I will have a Ferrari. The Lambo, the Rolls, the Bentley, the big house, the cars, the backyard with the big swimming pool, and an elevator. I'm going to throw the biggest parties. I'm going to be a millionaire one day. Yet instead of staying at the office on Friday night, you call your friends and go to a party. Instead of waking up Saturday morning to go to the gym, you sleep in until 10 o'clock. Instead of reading a book on Sundays, you kick back and watch movies all day long. The reality is very simple. Those who win big do four things right. They sleep, sweat, grind, and repeat. And they do it over and over again until their dreams become a reality. Success is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day, every single hour, every single minute. But here's the hard truth. Laziness is the silent killer of dreams, the invisible thief of potential. It creeps up on you, whispering sweet nothings of comfort and ease, while slowly eroding your chances of achieving greatness. Let me tell you a story about two individuals, Mark and Sarah. They both started at the same company, in the same position on the same day. They had similar backgrounds, similar educations, and similar potential. But 5 years down the line, their paths couldn't have been more different. Mark embraced the comfort zone. He did what was expected, nothing more, nothing less. He arrived at 9 and left at 5, never volunteering for extra projects, never pushing himself beyond his limits. He told himself, I'm doing fine. Why rock the boat? Sarah, on the other hand, made a different choice. She recognized that success isn't handed to you on a silver platter. It's earned through sweat, determination, and relentless pursuit of excellence. She came in early, stayed late, volunteered for challenging projects, and constantly sought ways to improve herself and add value to the company. Fast forward 5 years. Mark was still in the same position, complaining about being overlooked for promotions. Sarah, she had climbed the corporate ladder, tripled her salary, and was now leading her own team. The difference? Laziness killed Mark's success. Action fueled Sarah's rise. Now I want you to take a moment and reflect. Which path are you on? Are you Mark, letting laziness lull you into a false sense of security? Or are you Sarah, seizing every opportunity to grow, learn, and excel? The choice is yours. And make no mistake, it is a choice. Laziness isn't just about physical inaction. It's a mindset. It's the voice in your head that says, I will do it tomorrow. It's the excuse-making machine that rationalizes mediocrity. It's the comfort-seeking behavior that keeps you trapped in your current circumstances. Just as laziness can be learned, so can discipline, drive, and determination. You have the power to reprogram your mind, to rewire your habits, to reshape your future. So how do we combat this silent killer of success? Let me share with you 5 powerful strategies that can transform your life just as they've transformed the lives of countless individuals I have worked with over the years. Laziness thrives in ambiguity. When you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. But when you have clear, specific goals, you give your mind a target to focus on. Write down your goals. Make them specific. Make them measurable. Make them time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, say, I want to increase my income by 50 in the next 18 months by acquiring new skills and taking on additional responsibilities at work. Review these goals every single day. Visualize yourself achieving them. Feel the emotions of success. This daily practice will program your subconscious mind to seek out opportunities aligned with your goals. Remember, the mind is like a heat-seeking missile. Once you give it a clear target, it will find ways to get there, often in ways you never imagined possible. But setting goals is just the first step. You need to break these goals down into actionable steps. If your goal is to increase your income by 50, what skills do you need to acquire? What responsibilities do you need to take on? What connections do you need to make? Create a roadmap for each of your goals. This roadmap should include milestones, deadlines, and specific actions you need to take. Having this level of detail makes your goals feel more achievable and gives you a clear path forward. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Don't be a wishful thinker. Be a strategic planner and a relentless executor. Procrastination is the fertile soil in which the seeds of laziness grow. Combat it by developing a bias for action. When you have an idea, act on it immediately. When you see an opportunity, seize it without hesitation. Start small. If a task will take less than 2 minutes, do it right away. This builds a habit of immediate action, which will serve you well when facing bigger challenges. Remember, motion beats meditation. While planning and strategizing have their place, nothing replaces good old-fashioned action. The most successful people in the world are those who act quickly on opportunities. But developing a bias for action doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means being decisive. It means trusting your judgment and having the courage to take calculated risks. Think about the last time you had a great idea. Did you act on it immediately, or do you let it slip away? How many opportunities have you missed because you were too afraid to take action? From this moment on, commit to being a person of action. When you have an idea, take the first step to bring it to life immediately. When you see an opportunity, move towards it without hesitation. Remember, in the world of success, the quick eat the slow. Be quick, be decisive, be a person of action. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you must be willing to do what ordinary people won't. This means embracing discomfort, pushing your boundaries, and stepping out of your comfort zone. Every day, do something that scares you. Take on a project you're not quite sure you can handle. Speak up in meetings, even if your voice shakes. Approach that person you've always wanted to network with. The more you push yourself into uncomfortable situations, the more you will grow. And with growth comes success. But embracing discomfort isn't just about doing difficult things. It's about changing your relationship with discomfort. Instead of seeing it as something to be avoided, start seeing it as a sign of growth. When you feel uncomfortable, it means you're pushing your boundaries. It means you're entering new territory. It means you're growing. Successful people don't avoid discomfort. They seek it out. They know that on the other side of discomfort lies growth, achievement, and success. So I challenge you, from this day forward, seek out discomfort. When you feel the urge to retreat to your comfort zone, push forward instead. Lean into the discomfort. Embrace it. Use it as fuel for your growth. Remember, the size of your success is determined by the size of your comfort zone. The more you expand your comfort zone, the more success you will achieve. Self-discipline is the master key to success in every area of life. It's the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. Start by setting a daily routine and sticking to it religiously. Wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Plan your day the night before. Tackle your most important tasks first thing in the morning when your energy and willpower are at their peak. Remember, discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And as your self-discipline grows, your susceptibility to laziness diminishes. But self-discipline isn't just about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. It's about aligning your actions with your goals and values. It's about making conscious choices rather than being driven by impulses or emotions. Cultivating self-discipline requires self-awareness. You need to understand your patterns, your triggers, your weaknesses. When do you tend to procrastinate? What situations tempt you to be lazy? Once you identify these patterns, you can develop strategies to overcome them. One powerful strategy is to use the 5-second rule. When you need to do something but don't feel like it, count backwards from 5 to 1, then take action immediately. This short countdown interrupts your pattern of procrastination and propels you into action. Another strategy is to practice delayed gratification. When you feel the urge to do something unproductive, tell yourself you can do it later. After you've completed your important tasks, often by the time you finished your work, the urge will have passed. Remember, self-discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about making the right choices more often than not. It's about getting back on track quickly when you slip up. So start small. Choose one area of your life where you want to be more disciplined. Maybe it's waking up earlier or exercising regularly or spending an hour each day learning a new skill. Whatever it is, commit to it for 30 days. No excuses, no exceptions. As you build discipline in one area, you will find it becomes easier to be disciplined in others. Before you know it, self-discipline will become a core part of who you are. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace. What brought you success yesterday may not work tomorrow. The only way to stay ahead is through continuous learning and self-improvement. Read at least one book a week in your field. Listen to educational podcasts during your commute. Attend seminars and workshops. Seek out mentors who can guide you and push you to new heights. Remember, the person you will be in 5 years depends on two things: the people you meet and the books you read. Invest in your personal growth and success will follow. But continuous education isn't just about acquiring knowledge. It's about applying what you learn. It's about turning information into action. For every book you read, every podcast you listen to, every seminar you attend, ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life? What's one action I can take based on what I have learned? Make learning a daily habit. Set aside time each day for personal development. Even 30 minutes a day consistently applied can lead to tremendous growth over time. And don't limit yourself to your field of expertise. Some of the most innovative ideas come from cross-pollination, applying concepts from one field to another. So read widely, explore diverse subjects. You never know where your next big idea might come from. Remember, in the modern world, your ability to learn quickly and adapt is your most valuable asset. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones who are constantly learning, growing, and evolving. Now let me share with you another story. This one is about a young man named Alex. Alex was bright, talented, and full of potential, but he had fallen into the trap of laziness. He drifted through life, playing video games, binge watching TV shows, always finding excuses not to pursue his dreams. One day, Alex's grandfather, a self-made millionaire, invited him for a chat. The old man looked Alex in the eye and said, "Son, laziness is a choice. And right now, you're choosing to waste the most precious resource you have, time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's what you do with those hours that determines your future." Those words hit Alex like a ton of bricks. For the first time, he realized that his laziness wasn't just affecting his present. It was stealing his future. That day, Alex made a decision. He decided to wage war on laziness. He set clear goals for himself. He developed a morning routine that included exercise, reading, and planning his day. He started a side business, working on it every evening after his day job. The first few weeks were tough. The temptation to fall back into old habits was strong, but Alex persevered. He embraced the discomfort, knowing that on the other side of it lay growth and success. Months passed. Alex's side business started to gain traction. His performance at work improved dramatically. He lost weight, gained confidence, and started attracting new opportunities. 2 years later, Alex's side business had grown to the point where he could quit his day job. He was making more money than he ever thought possible, doing work he loved and living life on his own terms. The lazy, unmotivated Alex was gone. In his place stood a man of action, a man of purpose, a man who had taken control of his destiny. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It was the result of thousands of small decisions day after day to choose action over inaction, growth over stagnation, success over mediocrity. If Alex could do it, so can you. You have the same potential within you, you have the same 24 hours in a day, you have the same capacity for greatness. But potential means nothing if it's not realized. Dreams remain dreams unless they're backed by action. Success stays out of reach unless you're willing to stretch yourself to grab it. So I ask you, are you willing to wage war on laziness? Are you ready to step up and claim the success that's rightfully yours? It won't be easy. There will be days when you want to give up. When the voice of laziness whispers that it's okay to take it easy, to settle for less. But remember this, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Every time you choose action over inaction, you're building momentum. Every time you push through discomfort, you're growing stronger. Every time you learn something new, you're increasing your value. And here's a secret that most people don't realize. Success begets success. As you start to see results from your efforts, you will be motivated to do even more. As you achieve small wins, you will gain the confidence to tackle bigger challenges. As you develop new skills and habits, new opportunities will open up to you. But it all starts with a decision to no longer let laziness control your life, a decision to take charge of your destiny, a decision to become the best version of yourself. What's the one thing you've been putting off that, if you did it, could change the trajectory of your life? Is it starting that business? Is it going back to school? Is it having a difficult conversation with your boss about a promotion? Whatever it is, I want you to commit to taking action on it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Because tomorrow is promised to no one, and today is the only day you have any control over. Remember, success is not an accident. It's the result of deliberate actions taken consistently over time. It's the cumulative effect of small choices made day after day, week after week, year after year. Every successful person you admire, be it in business, sports, politics, or any other field, got there through hard work, perseverance, and a refusal to let laziness derail their dreams. They weren't born successful. They made themselves successful through their choices and actions. You have that same power within you. You have the ability to shape your destiny, to create the life you want, to achieve levels of success beyond your wildest dreams. But it all starts with defeating the enemy within, laziness. So here's what I want you to do right now. Take out a piece of paper and a pen. Write down your number one goal. And make it specific, make it measurable, make it time-bound. Then write down 3 actions you can take today, right now, to move towards that goal. It could be making a phone call you've been putting off. It could be signing up for a course to learn a new skill. It could be spending an hour researching your business idea. Whatever it is, commit to doing those 3 things before you go to sleep tonight. And then tomorrow, wake up and do it all over again. Set new actions, take new steps. Push yourself a little further than you did the day before. The future you want is created by what you do today. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. You see, laziness kills success, not in one fell swoop, but in a death by 1,000 cuts. It's the small moments of inaction, the tiny decisions to put things off, the little compromises we make with ourselves that add up over time to create a life of unfulfilled potential. But the reverse is also true. Success is built in those same small moments. It's created in the decision to wake up early, even when you're tired. It's nurtured in the choice to read a book instead of watching TV. It's grown in the commitment to give your all to every task, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. As you start to make these choices consistently, they become habits. And once they become habits, they no longer require willpower. They become part of who you are, as natural as breathing. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like 1 year from now if you made the decision, right here and now, to wage war on laziness. Imagine the skills you could learn, the connections you could make, the progress you could achieve if you committed to taking purposeful action every single day. Now imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where could you be? What could you achieve? How different would your life look? The possibilities are limitless, but they're only possibilities if you choose to act on them. Otherwise, they remain nothing more than daydreams and what-ifs. Life is not a spectator sport. You can't sit on the sidelines and expect success to come to you. You have to get in the game. You have to take risks. You have to be willing to fail, to look foolish, to step outside your comfort zone. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than you can imagine. But they didn't let those failures stop them. They learned from them, they grew from them, and they kept moving forward. So don't let the fear of failure keep you in the grip of laziness. Embrace failure as a teacher. See it as feedback, not as a final verdict on your abilities or your worth. Remember, you are capable of so much more than you realize. You have talents and abilities that you haven't even tapped into yet. But those talents and abilities will remain dormant unless you choose to develop them, to nurture them, to push them to their limits. And that's what the war against laziness is really about. It's not just about being busy or working hard. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about living up to your potential. It's about making the most of the precious gift of life you've been given. Because at the end of the day, that's what success really is. It's not about money or fame or power. Those are just byproducts. True success is about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about making a positive impact on the world around you. It's about living a life of purpose and meaning. And that kind of success is within your reach. It's available to you right now if you choose to claim it. If you choose to defeat laziness and embrace action. If you choose to commit to excellence in everything you do. Make that choice today. Decide right now that you will no longer let laziness rob you of your dreams. Commit to taking purposeful action every single day. Pledge to become the best version of yourself. The mindset shift that's necessary to overcome laziness. It starts with understanding that laziness is often a symptom of deeper issues. It could be fear of failure, lack of clarity about your goals, or simply a habit that's been reinforced over time. To combat laziness effectively, you need to dig deep and identify its root cause in your life. Are you avoiding tasks because you're afraid of not meeting your own high standards? Are you procrastinating because you're not sure of the next step to take? Or have you simply fallen into a pattern of inaction that feels comfortable? Once you identify the root cause, you can address it head on. If it's fear of failure, remind yourself that failure is a necessary part of growth. If it's lack of clarity, take time to define your goals and create a clear action plan. If it's a habit, start small by breaking tasks into manageable chunks and building momentum through small wins. Remember, laziness is not a personality trait. It's a behavior, and behaviors can be changed. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but with persistence, you can rewire your brain to crave action instead of inaction. Another powerful strategy to overcome laziness is to surround yourself with action-oriented people. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." If you're surrounded by lazy, unmotivated people, it's easy to fall into the same patterns. But if you surround yourself with driven, ambitious individuals, their energy and motivation will rub off on you. Seek out mentors who have achieved the kind of success you aspire to. Join mastermind groups where you can share your goals and be held accountable. Attend networking events where you can connect with like-minded individuals who are committed to personal growth and success. Remember, environment is stronger than willpower. By curating your environment and your social circle, you make it easier to stay motivated and focused on your goals. One of the biggest challenges in overcoming laziness is getting started. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you look at all the things you need to do to achieve your goals. But here's the secret. You don't have to do it all at once. Success is not about taking one giant leap. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. It's about building momentum through daily action. Think about a rocket launch. The rocket uses most of its fuel just to break free from Earth's gravity. But once it's in space, it requires much less energy to keep moving forward. The same principle applies to your success journey. The hardest part is often just getting started. But once you build momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. Each small action you take builds upon the previous one, creating a snowball effect of progress and achievement. So focus on taking that first step, no matter how small it might seem. If you want to write a book, commit to writing just 1 page a day. If you want to get in shape, start with a 10-minute walk each morning. If you want to start a business, spend 30 minutes each day researching your market. These small actions might not seem significant in the moment, but over time they add up to massive results. Remember, consistency beats intensity every time. Many people believe that successful individuals are simply blessed with more willpower or motivation. They think that these high achievers wake up every day bursting with energy and enthusiasm, eager to tackle their goals. The truth is far from this. Successful people face the same challenges, the same temptations, the same moments of laziness as everyone else. The difference is in how they respond to these challenges. They understand that motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. You can't rely on feeling motivated to take action. Instead, successful people rely on systems and habits. They create routines and structures in their lives that make it easier to take action even when they don't feel like it. For example, they might lay out their workout clothes the night before to make it easier to exercise in the morning. They might use website blockers during their most productive hours to avoid the temptation of social media. They might have an accountability partner who checks in on their progress regularly. These systems and habits act as a safety net, ensuring that they continue making progress even on days when motivation is low. They understand that the key to overcoming laziness is not to rely on willpower, but to make the right actions automatic. Think about the systems and habits you can put in place in your own life. What routines can you establish that will make it easier for you to take action towards your goals? What accountability measures can you set up to keep yourself on track? Remember, the goal is not to eliminate laziness entirely. That's an unrealistic expectation. The goal is to create an environment and a lifestyle where taking action is the path of least resistance. When you're truly passionate about something, laziness tends to disappear. You find yourself eager to work, excited to learn, driven to improve. But here's the catch: isn't always something you find. More often it's something you develop through dedicated practice and deep engagement. Many people wait for passion to strike before they take action. They think they need to feel passionate about something before they commit to it. But that's backwards. Passion often comes after you've invested time and effort into something, after you've developed some level of mastery. So instead of waiting for passion, commit to mastery. Choose an area that aligns with your values and long-term goals and commit to becoming excellent at it. As you improve and see progress, you will likely find that passion follows. This approach not only helps you overcome laziness, but also leads to a more fulfilling life. When you're constantly improving, constantly pushing your boundaries, you create a sense of progress and growth that is deeply satisfying. Perfectionism. It might seem counterintuitive, but perfectionism often leads to procrastination and inaction. When you set impossibly high standards for yourself, it's easy to become paralyzed by the fear of not meeting those standards. Remember, done is better than perfect. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait for perfect conditions. Success is not about doing one thing perfectly. It's about doing many things well consistently. Adopt a mindset of continuous improvement. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for progress. Celebrate your small wins along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over laziness. I want to emphasize the importance of self-compassion in your journey to overcome laziness. It's easy to beat yourself up when you fall short of your goals or give in to laziness. But harsh self-criticism rarely leads to positive change. Instead, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. Acknowledge your missteps, learn from them, and then move forward. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Laziness is indeed a killer of success, but you have the power to overcome it. By setting clear goals, developing a bias for action, embracing discomfort, cultivating self-discipline, and committing to continuous learning, you can defeat laziness and unlock your full potential. Remember, success is not a destination. It's a journey of continuous growth, learning, and improvement. A journey that starts with a single step and continues with consistent action day after day. So take that first step today. Defeat laziness, embrace action, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. The future is yours to create. The potential within you is limitless. The opportunities before you are. All that's required is for you to say yes. Yes to action. Yes to growth. Yes to success. Will you say yes?